What's up guys, Champ here bringing you another Black Ops 3 gameplay. Today what I got for you is a gameplay using the VMP on the Mac Combine. I'm going to go off in this hardpoint game and I'm just going to go ahead and get a clutch nuclear at the end of this game. I'm talking super clutch. Time was winding down, I was 1 or 2 kills away and I had to really rush it out just to clutch it up here at the end. And I made sure that that was going to happen because I'm tired of getting these brutal medals and not getting the nuclear medal. I got so many brutals in this game. I got a lot of nuclears too, but if you looked at my brutal count compared to my nuclear count, it just doesn't look right. I choke way too many nuclears when I'm already on the brutal streak. Another thing that's pretty funny about this game specifically is I started in this game down 0 and 5. That means I had 5 deaths to start this game off. I thought for sure this was just going to be a bum game. I wasn't going to do good at all. I end up turning it around completely. I get my streaks. Once I throw my streaks up, I end up dying, and then on my very next life, start to go on this nuclear streaks. And that just shows the importance of having your streaks in this game. When you have your streaks up in the air, it just throws the enemy team off, and they start doing things that are just not within like their normal gameplay. They start running around, they start getting a little crazy, they start using classes that they're not used to using, and then gunfights just become a lot easier right after that. I'm doing a lot of jump shots in this game. This VMP is great with the hip fire, so it really helps out to have the VMP on when you're playing a small quarters map like Combine. This is the only map that I could really seem to do good with the VMP on. This and Aquarium seems to be a pretty good VMP map. I could do alright on Nuketown, but in Nuketown you run into a lot of long lines of sight, so I don't use the VMP that often on Nuketown. I actually feel like Nuketown's a better assault rifle type of map, so I end up using a lot of HVK, KN-44, you know, Man of War, those type of guns, or I use the submachine guns that I could actually shoot a lot farther with, mainly like the Kuda, the Weevil, and the Razorback. Those are my favorite submachine guns to use on a map like Nuketown. Considering the fact that I play Chaos Mosh Pit 99% of the time, I am making my classes specifically for the map Nuketown most of the time. So I am on the start of my gun streak. I'm not going to die again for the rest of the game here. And I'm using the VMP. The class that I like to run on my VMP is actually the same exact class that I ran on my last nuclear. Pretty much the same class that I always run on the VMP. Without this class setup, I don't seem to do that well with the VMP. So this is like a solid 4 perk setup that I kind of always go with. No sight. I don't use any sight on the VMP. I actually feel like the recoil is way worse when you put a sight on it, like the red dot, the reflex, or the elo. I just feel like it really shows how bouncy the gun is and it throws my aim off. So I always run this with iron sights. I always run the extended mags on the VMP because I just feel like I can kill 3 or 4 people when I have the extended mags on, where if I don't have the extended mags on, I almost have to reload every 1 or 2 kills, and that can get you in trouble, especially when you're trying to go on long streaks. And I'm pretty much always trying to go on long streaks when I play this game, so I'm always making a class setup that kind of goes with that, so that I could get on like a not always a nuclear streak, but at least a long streak so I could obtain my score streaks, which are pretty much always the higher ones. I don't really run the lower ones that often, unless I'm playing like a full man party and I'm just trying to beat up on them with like some lightning strike, rolling thunder, maybe a Cerberus. But besides that, it's Wraith, h.a.t.r, r.a.p.s just about every single game, unless it's Wraith, r.a.p.s town if I'm going for like a really high kill game. But I've been running the h.a.t.r a lot. When I run the h.a.t.r, I just find more success with the Wraith, h.a.t.r, r.a.p.s. I feel like that's the best setup in Black Ops 3. So that's mainly what I'm going for, which means you got to get 11 kills before you could even get a score streak in the air. So I'm always trying to make a class that's set up for that. So I said I got the extended mags. The other attachments that I feel like this gun needs for me to do well is quick draw, stock, and grip. Stock and grip, definitely. Quick draw, you could take in and out, but I find that I do have more success when I do have the quick draw on. Just hitting those first 2 bullets when you zoom in on someone, it zooms in really quick. He draws in super quick like I just did right there. And I just find I win a lot more gunfights with the quick draw. I can go straight from sprinting right into aiming in on somebody. Start off with a hip fire and then aim in a little bit. It just helps me out a lot. So I don't stray from those attachments. Those are what I feel is the best attachments on the VMP. Some people like fast mags a lot more than the extended mags, and I'm with them on that too. I actually really like the fast mags a little bit more than the extended mags. Just picked up my roofless right there. But the reason why I go with the extended mags is because I don't have scavenger on this class, and it just gives me extra bullets before I run out of bullets. A little bit more in each clip, 4 clips, so that kind of adds up to almost a whole nother clip's worth of ammo. It's just that much longer before you have to worry about reloading, worry about getting more ammo. And when you have to get more ammo and trade your gun in and look for a scav pack or something like that, or even just look for any other gun on the ground, sometimes you get bad guns and sometimes you don't even find a gun. So you don't want that to be the reason why you got taken off your streak. So that's why I go with the extended mags and the fact that I can kill more people without reloading in one clip. When I got fast mags on, I just tend to reload way too much, and it's just not that helpful. I got to get into the habit of only reloading when I really need to, and I got to get more in the habit of canceling my reload with the YY and just moving on and just continuing to fight, because that's something you got to get used to. You're not always going to be able to throw fast mags on every gun. Some guns, just the other attachments are way more important than the fast mags, so you have to learn to just reload when you need to reload and only when you need to reload. That's an important part of playing Call of Duty, actually, is well-timed reloading. If you start reloading too much, you're just going to die a lot for no reason. I just picked up my 20 gun streak, and I got the h.a.t.r back up. And the h.a.t.r is the most important part, obviously, of going on these nuclear streaks. The other streaks are just there to, get them to pretty much want to quit, like that guy probably wanted to quit, and to get them to have their rocket launchers in their hands, so you can just run into them and just get easy kills that way. Getting easy kills is obviously the key to getting a nuclear. If you're going out and you're getting into terrible gunfights the whole game, you're going to die. That's just all there is to it. If you're jumping into the middle of a crowd of people, you're going to die. So playing strategic and playing smart definitely helps out, and that's why the h.a.t.r is so useful. I mean, you know exactly where everybody's coming in from. I know exactly where the whole team is, and you just got to make sure you don't let anybody sneak up behind you at that point. It doesn't mean go run to all the orange triangles, because that's not going to work when you have the h.a.t.r up. It looks like they already destroyed my h.a.t.r pretty quickly in this one. And people will do that. People caught on to how useful the h.a.t.r is. They used to let it just stay up in the air, but they're not going to let it do that anymore. Which is why you need to rush a little bit with the h.a.t.r. If you see that if you hear the rocket launchers going off, because you will be able to hear it when they're shooting at your h.a.t.r. I just picked up the Brutal right there. That's when you need to charge a little bit and make sure you catch them with the rocket launchers in their hand and get those easy kills. That was a nice little move I just made on that guy right there. That is a point in time where I definitely could have got taken off my streak very easily. I mean, he just popped into the room and I wasn't even looking at him. Completely turned on him and took him off. So now we're down to 20 seconds here, and I still got about 4 kills left to get. I'm going to clutch up these last 2 right here, and I still have 2 more kills. And look, time is ticking. I know time's ticking. I know how close I am to this nuclear right here. Look, 8, 7, 6. I got 2 more kills to get, and I'm going to clutch up that kill. And then I'm going to catch that guy in the end for the nuclear. Just picked up the nuclear right on time. It couldn't have worked out any more perfectly. I hate when the game ends. I'm still on my nuclear streak. I hope you guys like what you saw here. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more from me, subscribe to me at Champ Gaming. I got an easy to scroll through playlist. Got 100 plus kill games, high KD games, long gun streak games, big supply drop openings. I got a series of how to get a high KD, and I go through every single map in this game. There's all my medals from the last game. You'll see I got the nuclear, relentless, brutal. It shows how many kills. I got to kill the Kingslayer 12 times, so I killed their best player 12 times. 11 kills with the r.a.p.s, 3 kills with the r.a.p.s, so the r.a.p.s didn't even do that good for me that game. Most importantly, I got the nuclear. I didn't get a single unstoppable. This has been Champ at Champ Gaming. Come see me.